Hello everyone, how are we all doing? If you're new here then hello, my name is Kelsey Hutchings and I'm owner of Elsie Beauty, which is a salon in Hampshire. So hello, here I am. Got a bit of a new background vibe going on, still switching up my dressing room slash desk office room. So hello. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Benefit makeup. I've got a few new bits of theirs, including the new brow styler, which is exciting. So if you want to see how I get on with it all, then please carry on watching. Don't even act like you're not jealous of my Minnie Mouse headband. I know. I saw it in Primark and I was just like, gotta have that bad boy, obviously. Right, now the first thing I'm going to use is this teeny tiny sample of the Professional, but it's called the Pearl Primer, so it's like the pearl version of it, to make your skin look less dull and like more radiant and all that kind of thing. I got it in a little tester thing when I went to Olympia Beauty, so it's just like a pale pink. I haven't actually used this before. It still has the same kind of consistency as the other Professional, but obviously to give a different effect, so it goes on the skin quite nice. I feel like a little goes quite a long way with those kind of like the pore hiding kind of primers. So yeah, pretty basic, pretty cool. Lots of primers out there like that, but good to see what it's like. And this is a ridiculously cute bottle, so who cares if it's good or not, really. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I don't know if you guys remember, ages ago I did a first impression on the Hello Happy Benefit foundation and I really liked it. I got this tiny little bottle again because I bought the sample, which I think is actually really cool that Benefit do that. You can buy like little tester thingies, a bit like I did with the eyeliner, but we'll get to that. So I bought a bigger bottle of it, but it turns out I'm actually a shade 3, which, as you can imagine, is quite different to shade 1, but which is what I tried in the first impressions, but there we go. We live and we learn. I did have a bit of fake tan on still when I was colour testing this, but it's fine. Add a bit of colour to my face, let's do it. So yeah, the Hello Happy Flawless Brightening Foundation in shade 3, which I really, really like this foundation. It definitely makes your skin like more like fresh, but it doesn't make you look like really shiny, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what it would be like on oily skins, but mind you, I've got an oily T-zone, so I just pack a bit more powder onto those areas. And as you can see, I just really technically dab that all over my face, then go in with my beauty blender. I actually had my eyes peeled for the new brow styler, but I thought it only came out, like they only had that big like influencer event for it a few days ago, so I thought the chances of it being at an event like this isn't very high. And then I spotted it and I was like, I'm having that. And luckily, I'll get to it in a minute, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but they only had one of my colour, so I was like, ooh, I'm having that. You know what it's like, places like that. I was like a brow pencil ninja. So yeah, same as my first impressions video, just really like that foundation. Zoom you in a bit. Oh my god, I actually did it right this time. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, really like this foundation, as I've used it pretty much every day since I've got it actually. I've tried it a couple of times mixing it in with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless foundation, which I actually really like that combination. If I'm feeling like I want to be a bit more matte or a bit more of a filler coverage, then mixing it with that is pretty beautiful. And the other thing I was really excited to try is that they've got their new Boing Cakeless Concealer. Now a bit like the old Bad Gal mascara, when you can't seem to say bad gal without saying it like that, not just being like bad girl. No, you can't do that. I'm a bit like that with this, so I can't just be like boing, you have to be like boing and like get all tiggified about it, you know? You gotta get into these things. I'm on a bit of a mad one today, can you tell? So the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. Now they had this in a pot like cream concealer and they had it in like a liquid concealer. I personally always prefer liquid concealers, just because I feel like that's what goes better on my skin really. I feel like if you've got, I don't know if you've really got drier skin, that would work better. I think it just does depend on your skin. My under eye is like quite crepey, believe it or not, and kind of is. Getting closer to 30 now. So yeah, I've just always preferred liquid concealers, and I got this in shade number 4. When I was talking to the girl there, and she was saying, oh, I would think that you're a shade 3 in the foundation and a 4 in the concealer, I was like, girl, can you see my skin? Like, you know, I'm white gal. Especially at this time of the year. Although I did, like I said, I did have like scrapes of fake tan left, so maybe that's what it is. But it has been pretty good colour matches, to be honest. Because I said to her, is it not better to go for a lighter colour concealer? And she was like, oh, it doesn't really matter. And I was thinking, are you saying that because you haven't got any shade 3s left? But I did sneakily pop a bit out of the box and popped it on my wrist, and it did actually match quite well. So I was like, my bad. Maybe she does know what she's talking about. So yeah, I really like this concealer. Like I said, I've used this every day since I got it. These two go together really well. Again, if I do fancy a bit of extra coverage, because it's not like mega full coverage, but it's definitely coverage enough. This is just because I'm a makeup freak. I've been mixing it a little bit with the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion concealer. And part of the reason why I've been mixing it is because that concealer is too dark for me. It's a bit too orangey, so it helps me use that up. At least I know to get a lighter shade in that next time. Let's blend that up towards my brows and a little bit on my eyelids because they're a bit purpley. I'm guessing, and I know I'm probably being super blonde now, but obviously this looks like an eraser, like a pencil, but I don't really get the whole marketing thing behind that, because it's called Boing, and then it looks like a pencil, so I don't really understand the connection. Probably just being really blonde. I'm sure one of you could probably explain that for me, and it'll be something that's super obvious. I don't think I've ever done like a full face of one brand video before. I think I've probably done it with Me Cosmetics, which is the brand that I stock in retail in Elska Beauty. But I was looking at all my makeup the other day, and especially because I bought a couple of things at Olympia Beauty from them, I thought actually I must quite like Benefit, and maybe I should do like a full face of it, because I quite like watching stuff like that. And I think it's nice to have brands where you do like sort of their makeup like across the board. I mean, there's a couple of things of Benefit that I haven't tried, like their powder, which I'll get to in a minute, and things like that. But it's a bit like Urban Decay as well. Like I love like the majority of their stuff too. So that is pretty cool. Now, I realised when I was getting all this ready that I haven't got like a powder highlighter of Benefit, but I have got one of their liquid highlighters. So it's the Dandelion Shy Beam Benefit highlighter, which I do really like, and the way they describe it is a bit like a matte highlighter, which I know sounds really weird, but it's not like mega shiny. It's like just gives your skin like a sheen, so you do still look really glowy, but it looks a bit more natural, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It comes on like a little sticky thing like that. So just before I pop any powder on, I'm just going to put that on the high points of my face where I would usually put some highlighter. I probably will still end up using a bit of powder highlighter, let's be honest, but I'll try not to. Then I usually just pop that on. So yeah, I do actually really like using this highlighter, and I tend to use it, you see that gives you a little sheen? I tend to use it a bit more often if I'm not planning on putting on a lot of makeup, or I want to go for a no makeup look, but I still want to make my skin look a bit fresh and alive, then I tend to go for this one. Yeah, so it gives your skin just like a nice sheen. Now then, forgive me, this is an almost full face of Benefit, because I realise that I don't actually have any Benefit powder. I know, soz. But I have not long got on the post this Morphe, whatever you want to call it, the Filter Effect powder. Now I love their Fluidity foundation and concealer, so I thought I'm going to try the powder, so that's what I'm doing. I think their stuff is so reasonable when it's such good stuff for the price as well. It's so good. Why am I not using the mirror on this? So yeah, so as I've put liquid highlighter on, I'm just going to sort of dodge that area. So it's still got a bit of a sheen to the skin. Probably helps that I've got a pearly primer on, a brightening radiant foundation and highlighter, but there we go. And then like I said, I do get a bit of an oily T-zone sometimes, so I often go in with, it's usually just like a fluffy eyeshadow brush to be honest, but this is the Me Eye Sweep powder and I tend to just pack it on around my nose, on my chin and between my brows, because that's where I tend to get oily, and then I just pop a bit over the top of my lids, ready for shadow. Now then, this would not be a benefit video without the use of the Hoola bronzer. Let's be honest, an oldie but a goodie, we all love it. And the fact they've come out with other shades now as well, I think is awesome, although I've not been brave enough to try the darker shades yet. I'm thinking maybe I should while I'm tanned, but this colour I just think is amazing. Whether you're like paler or darker, I just think it's really good colour. So yeah, as you can tell, I use it quite a lot because I do use it for eyeshadow as well, which you'll see in a sec. But let's just bronze me up. Who is actually loving the fact that it's now like autumn, winter? Me. Somebody I know was saying the other day, like, does anyone suffer from that SAD? I think it's seasonal something disorder maybe, I could be completely making that up. And I was like, yeah, I do when I know summer's coming. I'm the complete opposite, I love this time of year. My clients keep saying about the rain and things like that, and I'm like, it's amazing. I don't think rain's like mega amazing, but if it ain't hot, I'm happy. That's all I'm saying. But I love wearing jumpers and jeans and boots and dresses with tights and boots and jackets and scarves and I love it. I love it. So I'm kind of using this to bronze and to contour my face, to be honest. I might just use a bit of powder to sharpen up the old contour a bit, but I will pop some bronzer on my neck. Because I always do, otherwise I don't match. Although I'm probably wearing a roller neck jumper today when I go to work, but who cares? Still need to have a bronze neck, right? So yeah, I'm going to put some powder underneath to sharpen that up, I think. Right, so I'm now going to use that as eyeshadow, and I absolutely love using this as eyeshadow. And yes, I know it's still like a boring neutral brown, but I do still get people saying to me, what eyeshadow are you wearing? It's Bonza Babes, works really well. Honestly, if you want like a neutrally everyday, pretty basic eyeshadow, just pop some of your bronzer on your eye. It works a dream. I tend to just do a quick swish all over the lid, but mainly just concentrate on the crease. I don't even wear eyeshadow every day, but unless I'm going on a night out or something, or I've just got a bit of extra time to get ready, I pop a bit on. Bit of a treat, you know. Halloween's coming up though. I love Halloween. And it's exciting because I can actually get like proper decorations and stuff this year. I'm just going to put some in the windowsill though, just so people know they can pop over. Although I've never had trick-or-treaters before, so I don't really know how I feel about just like opening the door to strangers all evening. It's a bit of a weird concept when you think of it, isn't it? But hopefully there's loads of cute little kiddies that don't just grab like 1,000 sweets each. Or maybe when they say trick or treat, I should say do a trick with a completely blank face and see what they do. Am I just mean? I think it'd be quite amusing, but you know, whatever. Okay, so just gonna give my lashes a quick curl. I probably need to get some new lash curlers. I've had these since I was like 11. And I'm gonna be brave and do some liner today. But one of the reasons is because it's a Benefit one, and I really like the roller liner. Is it called roller liner? Yes, roller liner. And this is the little sample one that I got a couple of months ago, and it's lasted me quite a while. Although I don't wear eyeliner every day, but it's sort of like a felt tip end, but it is actually just really nice to use. It's really easy. Okay, so 3 years later, and I've done my liquid wing liner as even as I could get it. You know what it's like. But yeah, it is a really nice eyeliner. Yeah, really easy to use. I like it. And you guys know how much of a big fan I am of the Bad Gal Bang mascara. How cute is this? The reason I've got a couple of little ones is because with the stuff that I bought at Olympia, they chucked in a few like samples as well. Thank you very much. And the old Bad Girl Bang mascara was one of them. But yeah, I have done a review like solely based on this quite a few videos ago now, but if you scroll down you will find it. But yeah, I love this mascara. Shocked that I've got a James Arthur song in my head. If you heard it, then Treehouse with one of the rappers that I can't remember the name of. But yeah, I really like it, and he keeps saying like, if you ever start to freak out, just come to my treehouse. Which, James, I'd love to if I'm honest, but you're not telling me where your treehouse is, so when I am having a little freak out, I don't know where to go. You know, I'll just end up wandering around. So if you really mean that, can you just actually let me know where your treehouse is? Thanks, babes. How crazy do I sound? Right, mascara. Love, 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 love. Obviously gonna do my old bottom lashes too. Oh, I think eye makeup always makes such a difference, doesn't it? It's crazy. Okay, so now on to another one of the new products, the Brow Styler. Woohoo, woohoo. Now I saw some of the videos on this and I thought, yeah, it does look quite cool, but it is a little bit pricey. You can't even see my whole face, can I? Can you even? I'm gonna zoom you out again for a minute. Yeah, thought it was a bit pricey for a brow pencil, if I'm honest. I think it's like nearly 30 quid. I can't remember exactly, but I was a bit like, pardon, when I saw that. But like I said, I bought it because it was slightly discounted. I thought, opportunity's there. So I got it in shade 2, which is Warm Golden Blonde. They have got a number 1, obviously, which is like for like bleach blonde, super fair people, which I actually thought was really cool. But yeah, so I got it in a shade 2, but that's what the packaging looks like, just like their normal rest of the brow range that they've got. Says this, so there is a powder end. This is what the actual product looks like. So there is a powder end, which you just unscrew that, and the powder is actually in here, and you've got like a little applicator. And then you've got what they keep referring to as a wax pencil, which is slanted, which does help, certainly help with things. It's just like that, which is just like a twist up kind of thing. So yeah, it says this 2-in-1 wax pencil and powder is all you need to create 3 essential brow looks. So it's saying you can do soft and full just with the powder, clean and shaped with the wax pencil, or bold and defined by using both the products together. So yeah, that's kind of all it really says, just says sculpting and shaping 18-hour wear. Yeah, so blah blah blah. But yeah, I quite like, the only thing I would say is that you definitely need a spoolie. And this happens to be Benefit too. What a geek, eh? So I'm just gonna zoom you in on the brows. Now, I've never been a massive fan of my brows. Who is? It's super handy having fair hair when it comes to legs and arms and things like that. When it comes to lashes and brows, it's not a vibe. So yeah, I've still got a bit of colour on them from the last tint, but mine don't particularly like to grow, and the hairs are like mega coarse. So when I get clients come in, they're like, oh, my eyebrows are so lucky, and you'll know who you are if you're watching. I always say, at least yours grow, hun. Like, I wish I could have that problem. But what I've been tending to do with this is just creating the shape with the pencil, and then just putting in a bit more colour sort of in the second half of the brow. So I've just been following this top line, tiny little brush strokes, trying to give myself a bit of an arch, using like the pointed end of the slant, just give myself a bit of an arch, and just bring that down. Obviously you can just change the angle of the pencil, and then I give them a bit of a brush up just so I can see the bottom, and then go the same with the wax pencil. Now also when you're doing your brows, like however which way you like to do them, remember you can also get different looks with the amount of pressure that you apply. So whether you use powder or pencil or both, or pomade, or like dip brow, which is a type of pomade, you know what I mean, anything like that, you can also change the way it looks just by how much pressure that you use. So if you do think actually my brows need to be a bit darker on the ends, or if you dye your hair or something like that, just try applying a bit of extra pressure and see if that works for you, rather than like buying another product, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so brows are done. I'm going to zoom you back out again. I'll probably realise later that one's thicker than the other or something, but you know how it is. I don't even know if Benefit do lip products. Do they help a girl out? I don't think I've ever noticed one before, unless I'm just being completely blind. So I'm going to be using a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in shade Rome. I've not used this shade before, but here we go. And then I'm going to use one of my favourite ever blushers, which is OBS, a Benefit one. Well, not OBS, because I've used two things that aren't Benefit. You know what I mean? Well, isn't that a pretty colour? So let's just see how long that stays on today, but I do really like that shade. Really pretty, pretty, pretty. I tend to keep going between matte and gloss lately. I think it's because it's been really windy that I've been like, yeah, I can't deal with like gloss in the face today. Well, not gloss in the face. You know what it's like? You go outside, you've got gloss on your lips, your hair blows everywhere, your hair then sticks to your lips, you then get sticky hair, it stretches you out because your lip gloss is smudged all over your face. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I've got two Benefit blushes that I really like. This one I tend to use like all year round, which is the Rockatura blush, which is sort of like a mauvey shade, and it's got a bit of a sheen to it, and I'm starting to hit pan, so you know that I like it. And I've also got the California blush, which looks like that. I tend to use that a bit more in the summer if I'm going for a bit more of a peachy vibe. But yeah, I'm gonna go for Rockatura today. But yeah, I love this blusher because it gives you like a bit more of a glow too. Not that you can tell I'm a bit of a glowy gal, you know. There we go. Now, do I have any? I've got about 1 million setting sprays. I don't even know if Benefit do one of them either. No. Okay. I did buy this the other day though, which has been recommended in quite a few different things that I've watched and read, is the Body Shop Rose Dewy Glow. It's just like a facial mist to like help re-energise your face and that kind of thing. But quite a lot of people have been using it as like setting sprays or to like prep their skin. It does say hydrates, illuminates, and it is makeup friendly. And yeah, I've really been liking that. But because I've got pretty much every dewy, radiant, brightening product on my face, I don't want to go too oily. So I'm just going to use the NYX Bear With Me facial spray. And it smells almost smells like watermelons, and all things luscious like that. Where's the cat? There it is. So there we go, Benefit face complete, give or take. Yeah, I am just such a fangirl of Benefit. I'm so glad that I've now found a foundation and a concealer of theirs that I like. I'm a big fan of the brow styler. I think I can definitely play around with that a bit more, but yeah, it's definitely fab if you are like me. Sometimes you want a natural brow, sometimes you want a full brow, and yeah, just grab yourself one. Yeah, so there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you all on my next one. Bye guys.